But yeah, we'll get to the picks towards the end. So at the end, we'll talk about like our records, however bad they may be, and then what we have game plan for the weekend.
Okay.
Did you work today?
I did.
Okay, so Friday's just your earlier day.
Yeah, 7:30 to 1:30, and then I work at 6:30 in the morning tomorrow.
Oof, yeah, I forgot Saturdays you guys work. Every day is kind of my early day until we start class on the 26th. But we're getting close to class. The days have been like longer. We've been doing things to like get ready. Like today we had to go through the rooms and we do these things called push packets. And like basically they go into their room, they get their push packet and it has everything like their opboard shell, their map, their compass, their ascots, things that they sign for. And we're like putting all this together. And I'm going through like my platoon's hallways. And we haven't really cleaned out. Like they were supposed to clean after they left the last cycle, and they did overall, but some of them like left stuff behind. And I was going through the desks, and one dude had fucking a bottle of KY jelly in his desk. So I took a picture and I fucking sent it to him because I knew the kid, and he's like a good dude. But
he just likes to jerk his dick.
My thing is like you got two other people in your room, man. Like, dang. That shit was hilarious.
Whenever he goes and takes a shit, that's what he's doing.
Probably no fan in those bathrooms or nothing.
That's
he probably letting the water run.
Yeah. The sink's running though. He's washing his hands for a long time.
God damn it.
He's a sick fuck, that kid.
He's a sick fuck. You were driving today or you were
so like what I do when I get in, I help Wes like put together the wholesale stuff for the restaurant.
Yeah.
And then I did that from like 7:30 to 10 o'clock hits. And then I do deliveries and my route's Carolina Beach.
Okay. That's not too bad of a route.
No, it's cool.
Or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I had like Celtic Monkey in Monkey Junction.
Okay. I don't know where that is. It must be new.
Do you remember where Cilantro was?
Yep.
Same place, like same building, same everything.
It's the ever rotating
Irish pub.
Irish pub in that same building. I wonder if it's the same owners or if it's just like other Irish people taking over ownership.
I doubt there's one Irish person that's ever even set foot in that fucking place.
That's awesome.
Then I hit I delivered to the Seaview on Carolina Beach Road.
Yeah.
Jack Mackerels, Sandspur, Shuck and Shack. Then I hit Stoked, and then Smoke on the Water on the way back, and that was it.
The Smoke on the Water place is good. I remember that. I haven't been there in so long.
I've never eaten there.
We've eaten there. Me and Sam have eaten there a few times. It's like a cool little date night place. I mean, the service, like, it took a while to get our food because it was so busy in there. But like, it's a really cool place if you go a little early and do like a little happy hour type, just get a nice drink and a cool appetizer because it's an awesome little environment.
Yeah, it seems like that area is pretty. It's got a pretty nice vibe, especially like nighttime when they light up the
little river walk thing.
Yeah, the river walk.
I saw something. Sam showed me. It was like a TikTok somebody sent to her, but down there in downtown where they built those new apartments. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
closer to Cape Pyramid.
Like kind of near the concert venue.
Yeah, exactly. They made this like floating Airbnbs.
Like on the river?
Yeah. I'll have to send you the video, but it's like they're like tiny houses almost, but they're like on like floating docks and they're like Airbnb specifically.
It
looks kind of sick.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it because you saw how I handled being on the water on that cruise. But
that was like a hurricane though.
Isn't the Cape Fear River, I'm about to spread some historical misinformation right now, but
yeah.
Isn't the Cape Fear River the fastest moving river on the East Coast?
I don't know, but fucking lock it in.
We need one of those guys in the back who can like fact check shit for
Let's
us.
call let's call on a producer to fact check us real quick. Um, yeah, I mean, possibly.
I'm gonna I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah. Fact check us. So hit the Google real quick. But this morning, so my workout today was like, I know I told you on Fridays I do like almost like a Murph style workout. So like I'll do a run in the beginning, a few like circuit style things in the middle, and then a run to finish it off. So I did 2 miles to start. Then I did power clean and pull up superset. Then I did a circuit of 3 rounds of like 20 calories on the bike, 10 burpees, and 20 lunges. And then the next circuit was um, sled pushes. We have these really cool things in the gym that I work out at. It's almost like, I forget what they call it, but it's got wheels and you load plates onto it. And so you can push it. I did sled pushes today. So I did down and back. It's like 30 meters down, 30 meters back. And then I did kettlebell, single arm kettlebell shoulder press, and then farmer's carries. So that was the last circuit. And then I did my 2 miles at the end. So that shit was brutal. I was like,
That sounds pretty shitty.
it was hard. The last 2 miles to finish it off sucked.
So you did 2 miles to start, and then that
Yeah,
whole workout
full
finish
total.
with two.
Yeah,
That's a hard ass workout, dude.
yeah, it was a
The
lot. So,
power clean, I wouldn't be able to fucking walk after even attempting power clean right now.
well, it's not even my legs that get me on power clean. Like then tomorrow, like my traps and like my whole back is gonna be toast because I don't power clean tons. But that like movement of the shrug pull combo and then going up like just crushes me.
What's the set rep on that?
3 sets of 8,
What are you doing?
135.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. So I probably could have done more. Like but it was tiring more so than anything because like you're doing the power clean and then you go over and superset it with pull ups. So you're still on your back.
Well,
Um,
that's the whole point of that.
right.
That right is to gas you out.
Yeah. So my whole upper was gassed there. And then I moved to the bike, which is fucking 20 calories on the bike. And I use the bike where sometimes like I'll hit 20 calories on this one bike that I normally use in like what feels like a minute. But this one I was like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes on this thing to get 20 calories. Shit sucked.
What kind of bike is it? Is it like one of the ones where you're like kind of like seated comfortably, or like one of the ones where it has like a bike seat?
It's like a bike seat. It's like a bike seat. It has the handles and the fan. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
And
Yeah, I know exactly what
use
you're
the
talking
handles and go hard. Um, but I love like incorporating the bike into a circuit because it's like your rest period is on the bike, but you're like not resting at all. You know what I'm
about.
saying?
Right. Well, you need to hit this sprint triathlon with me next year.
Yeah, I'm not swimming.
No, we'll skip that part. We'll just take it as like next time, and then we'll just do the bike and the run.
I think the triathlon would be fun.
I was thinking about starting to after this, depending on how my body feels with this. If I'm like really killed after the half marathon, then I'll just focus on the running before I incorporate other shit.
Yeah, so I think you're gonna be able to do 13 miles. I don't think that's gonna be too much of an issue. You're gonna get smoked after the 13 for sure. Um, but I think definitely switching it up will be good.
I
Um,
think just for overall health, it's a good idea to, incorporate maybe some lower impact stuff like biking and swimming.
yeah, for sure. Biking is awesome and it will help. But I mean, you just gonna stay on the course, keep shedding the pounds, and then we'll change up the workouts to what you want to do. We're gonna have to after we finish this one, we're gonna have to set another goal. So
Yeah, I've been that. I think that's what's helped me is having something to work towards instead of just like not mindless workout, but like working out without like, oh, I need this.
yeah, so like tangible, realistic
Exactly.
goals, like something that you can actually achieve. Like the scale is tangible, but it's not always accurate. Because there's gonna be weeks where you don't lose the weight and you're not necessarily degressing. Um,
Yeah,
but
that's kind of been the thing. I been weighing myself, but I'm not getting like too concerned about like the numbers because like 1 week was 6 pounds, and then it's gain a pound, and then stay the same.
Yeah.
And it's like I know I'm not because I've been doing the diet stuff, not as strict as I should be, but the working out has been, I've been doing the workout, so
Right. Right. No,
which and
with that.
clothes are fitting better, so I can tell I'm at least maybe not shedding the weight that I want to, but it's like forming.
Yeah. 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 Shaping
My,
up.
my calves look absolutely jacked. So like,
Yeah. So I was sitting in my office today, and I had my feet up on the desk, and like for some reason my office is like the office everybody comes in and like chills because I got like a little casting couch in there, and
great. Glad that my tax dollars are paying for your casting couch.
it's like a small little like love seat deal, and they just come in and just chill on my couch and basically don't let me do any work because they're just bullshitting in there all the time. But I'm sitting there with my feet up on the desk, and Sarn Purvis, who's like my coworker, and he's like doesn't share an office with me. Like we have our own offices, but his is right across the hall, and we both leave our doors open, so we basically just like talk all the time. He's pretty cool. He's like 32, 33, so he's a little older, but like he's
Old as fuck.
yeah, old as fuck. And I'm sitting there with my feet up on the desk, and he's like, "Yeah, nice little teardrop forming on your thigh right there." And I was like, "Wow, that just made my day.
a
Made my day. Nothing like
lot of
nothing like
running,
a
dude.
compliment from another dude to just brighten your day."
Yeah, it's like I don't even, women of course tell me all the time how handsome I am and all
Right.
that. But none of that matters when another man compliments me on my calf size.
Yeah. Like, damn, dude, calves are fucking just popping out of your jeans right now. Fucking, what do you got going on this weekend?
I got work Saturday and then I'm going to that UNCW game with Wes.
Yeah, you're missing the Super Bowl for UNCW game.
I'm not a Carolina or a Duke fan, so like it's
But that just
yeah,
besides the point. This is the greatest rivalry in college sports. In sports, honestly, I don't care. People are biased and will say Red Sox, Yankees are probably better, but like Michigan, Ohio
not,
State,
not in recent years.
not in ever, not ever.
Well, the Yankees, Red Sox has been like 100 plus years.
Okay, it's never as good. The all-time record between Carolina and Duke is like neck and neck. It's probably not like that Red Sox Yankees.
I know, I don't think it is either. But also, live college basketball versus worse than something on the TV. Like,
Yeah, it's not going to be nearly as good. You're probably going to have a horrible time. Um,
I'm probably going to see some of the guys and be like, I could fucking make that shot.
yeah. Um, I was supposed to have duty this Saturday, so I was supposed to have to work all day. You have to stay overnight, and you're technically not like allowed to leave. And I was pissed because I was supposed to have it Monday, and they changed the schedule, and I was like, I'm so mad. Like me and Sam made plans. We got a bunch of boneless wings we're gonna make, some fucking tater tots, and we're just gonna grub out and watch Carolina Duke. And so I like frantically like called everybody I know at work and was like, please somebody switch shifts with me. So now I switched, but I switched to the Saturday of the 4-day weekend in President's Day. So
Yeah.
which kind of sucks, but I'd rather work that Saturday because then I'll still have Friday off, Sunday off, and Monday off. Versus
Okay.
like if I had it Saturday this weekend, it's like my weekend's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'll probably pick up either tomorrow or Sunday. I haven't decided. I'll play one of those days though. Probably tomorrow. Saturdays are usually just a little bit better run.
I was thinking about playing this Saturday, but I'm gonna because my knee's been kind of hurting.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna take off of basketball until the race.
probably smart.
I'm gonna keep playing tennis, but
Tennis is lower impact too. I know you're running around still, but it's not that constant. Changing. Well, it
yeah,
is
there's less jumping, obviously.
jumping. Yeah, um, but we need to figure out Atlanta. So
I'm leaning towards hotel
you think so? Like getting separate hotel rooms?
or even just a big one together and split it. I don't care about that.
The thing is my mom is going to be with us too. So what we could look into, because I can get a hotel room with points. I can get a hotel room with points, and it'll be cheaper that way, and you won't have to pay as much. But if we get like a suite potentially, my mom can sleep on the pull-out couch. She probably won't care. I'm not gonna sleep on a pull-out couch before I run a marathon.
No, I'm not either.
I was looking at the houses, and there's some that they're good, and like that one we found, I think would probably be fine.
I'm anything there. I'm fine with just the two of us.
Yeah, I understand.
I just, when you look at some of the reviews and they're talking about gunshots, I'm like, I'm not bringing my fucking wife there.
Yeah, but freaking, you can ride through Old Cape Cod and potentially hear a gunshot one night and like, oh, I was grieved with gunshots.
Not in my fucking neighborhood, buddy.
Yeah, it's probably fucking. I mean, I did look up, and like that neighborhood is called West End, and West End is like a historic Atlanta neighborhood. Like they have a lot of like cultural things and stuff like that. But it did say it was like number 8 most dangerous neighborhoods in Atlanta. So maybe we should steer clear of that one.
Yeah, not with me and you. I think we'd be fine. I think we'd be fine anyway. But
Right, I get what you're saying. And then some of the other ones I found are like you'd have to go like pretty far away, which is not like the end of the world because we're gonna have to pay to park somewhere anyway. Like I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, I'll look into some stuff. We gotta finalize that. But my mom's coming in Thursday, so she's flying into Atlanta Thursday. I'm picking her up from the airport. She's gonna stay Thursday night, Friday night, and then we'll go into Atlanta. Like probably try and time it up whenever you guys get there. And I don't think we'll do tons. Like I'd say probably like an early-ish dinner, and then probably just go back to either the hotel or the Airbnb, like play some cards, just chill. I don't think we need to have like a crazy exploration where we're walking 10 miles around Atlanta right before.
yeah, I don't want to walk any miles if we're going to be running a combined 40 miles.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. But we'll finalize that stuff up, and then after Sunday for me is back to reality. We start. I basically start working again. I've been off for like 5 months, but I wouldn't say off for 5 months. I've basically been working half days for 5 months
On full salary, though.
on full salary. Yeah,
So I mean, you could stand to work a little.
I could. I don't want to. I'm excited though. Like we did the first cycle. I was largely like taking a backseat role, like because it was my first one. I was trying to see how things went. I mean, obviously, I went to the school myself as like a student, so like I knew what happened, but I didn't know how things happened as an instructor. So this cycle, I'll be like way more hands on and be able to put.
You went to Fort Benning. You took this school.
Yeah.
Is this OCS?
This is OCS. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's a cool little like um full circle moment for me. You know what I mean? Like I was once one of these little candidates, fucking not knowing anything and just
so shit.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you say, but it's pretty cool. It's a cool little mentorship role that I get to be in. So cool assignment. But with that Hicks record, right? So I started keeping track in this notes app on January 30th, but we're just going to call it the start of February. So I'll still include my ones from the 30th. But I'm just going to say like this is all the month of February, basically. The first ones that I took my loss on, I went a bad 0-4 streak to start. I had UNC playing Georgia Tech -9 that didn't hit, and then I had a parlay that didn't hit, obviously, because they were including UNC winning. And then I had Texas Tech. I can't remember who they were playing, but -5, they lost. And then I went on that 4. That when I texted you, I said, I'm all knowing, which could be the name of this podcast.
Oh no, yeah, that's a good one.
All knowing picks.
Omniscient.
Yeah. And then, since I thought I was all knowing last night, I decided to get a little bit above my reach, I'd say, and pick small mid-major schools. Bad idea. I don't know what I was thinking. What happened is I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember which one, and I just trusted these guys way too much. And
Any idiot can start a podcast.
yeah, what idiots would start a podcast? But yeah, they seemed like they knew what they were talking about, and it made sense to me. And they were wrong, and I was wrong. Therefore, so right now I'm 4-7 since
That's not that bad.
well, 4 wins, 7 losses this month so far. I don't know what I am in the hole as far as money, but it's definitely not in the positives. But I won, like, the big game that I bet on last night was Nebraska money line versus Wisconsin. And that was like my own pick. I had that pick before I listened to the podcast, but I won that one. And then I lost Drexel -3.5. Charleston Southern it was College Charleston versus UNCW.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to beat UNCW because, one, it was in Charleston, and two, when they played at UNCW, like, UNCW won. But it wasn't by a lot. So I was like, okay, they're going to go into home, kind of like a revenge game. But yeah, that didn't work out. And then Hofstra, I don't know why I picked anything that Tingo's associated with.
I was gonna say that's Tingo's team right there. So you're automatically fucked.
Yeah, that was just dumb. I thought about that when I was picking too. I was like, man,
The hot streak that guy's been on, you should ride Hofstra every game.
I might have to get him on this shit. Just talk about his picks. He'll just say he goes to the gas station and buys the lottery tickets every day. But how are you looking as far as your record?
So as far as my record, that parlay I did, I lost, but I lost it in extreme fashion, seeing as I missed all 4 of the picks on the parlay.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I went against you on that UNCW game. I took UNCW +5. I hit that. And then I lost last night. I took the Celtics -15 because LeBron and AD weren't playing, and the fucking piece of shit Lakers ended up winning the game. So that was cool. Austin Reeves, first day of Black History Month, scores 32 points. So I mean, he's obviously a racist.
That's racist.
It has to be.
Yeah, that's super racist. Side note, I told K1 we were going to run the marathon in Atlanta, and I told him the date, and he's like, "Wait, you're coming to run a marathon in Black History Month? That's the most racist shit I've ever heard." Because I was just calling. I was like, "Hey man, you should come out." Yeah. No, he just accused me of being a racist for doing a white man sport in Black History Month. So
I think there's going to be a couple black people out there running too.
Ones that win.
Well, you think a black guy's going to win the marathon?
What's the odds?
I don't know. How many people do you think are running it?
I mean, it's the Atlanta Marathon, so I'd assume it's a pretty big one. I don't know, but I know, like, Boston has like upwards of 20,000 finishers.
Wow.
But that's the Boston Marathon. That's like pinnacle in the U.S. marathon. I'd say there's probably going to be 5,000 finishers.
5,000 finishers. I'd say the majority of the people running will be white because
right, it's a white man sport.
Typically. White man sport. In the top 10, 6 black dudes, 4 white guys.
White guys, no females. You a sexist and a racist?
No, I haven't done my female breakdown yet because I know they break it down by sex. It's gonna be
overall.
I'm gonna flip the script on that one, and it's gonna be 5 black ladies,
5 black ladies,
3 white ladies, and 2 Asian women.
Okay, and that's in the top 10 finishers of women.
Of women, and an overall top 10, 7 men, 3 women.
Okay, I think that's a good TTP. I do know that this is a qualifier for the Boston Marathon, so like there will be those people that are going to run it fast because they're trying to qualify for the Boston. So For
Do you know what the
Boston,
qualifying time is?
no, nobody really knows what the qualifying time is. But say it's safe to say it's going to be under 3 hours.
Do you think like if you qualify for it, will you do it?
Probably, but there's no chance I qualify. Like this is my first one. I've never ran 26 before. Um, it's like I'll be happy if I break 4.5.
Okay.
Obviously, I'd
Okay.
love to go under 4, but I just want to finish it, dude. And I don't want to be that guy that's like wobbling. Like I'm gonna be wobbling, but I'm talking about like barely finishing. Like people wondering if I need an emergency vehicle to escort me to the finish line. Like I'm just gonna run it. Like I've heard, uh, run the first 5 miles and don't look at your watch. Like don't pay attention to your pace because the adrenaline's gonna be pumping. Obviously, don't run fast because you got 20 more miles after that. But um, run the first 5 miles. Don't look at your watch. Don't look at your pace, and then you hit that 5 miles, and then you really drop pace to where you want to be for the majority. So I'll probably run the first five. With me not looking at my watch, it'll probably be like 8:45 pace, and then because I'm gonna try and run it at a good pace. I'm gonna try and stay at 9 the whole time, and then I think depending on where I am after the first five, I'm gonna drop to like 9.5, maybe even 10, and just try and run the next like 10 miles pretty slow, and then see where I'm feeling at after 15. Um,
That's honestly like you talking about like just running 10 like that, like just kind of coasting at 10 minutes makes me feel kind of sick.
I'm not really concerned about the first 15. Um, First 15, 16. It's really like after 18 and when you get to 20 and realizing after 20 you still have 6.2 left to go. Like that's
Got a
gonna be, I
10K.
think, the mental barrier where I'm gonna have to be like, all right, like I still have a whole 10K to run and
You
I'm
have to
never
eat
gonna
with
be
those
more
goo
tired from
pouches.
that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get some of those goo pouches and then I'm debating like I think the best thing is like to figure out the route before and like telling my mom and Sam to be like, hey, go to mile 16 and I'll meet you there. And I'm gonna just like stop for a second, um, eat a gel goo thing, and and then keep it moving.
I
Because
think
I'm gonna have to eat this
I'm gonna
stuff.
do a fanny pack, I think.
I think that's a good move. Um, have you ran with one before?
No. So I'm thinking I might do that the next
You
2, 3 weeks
probably, yeah. Um,
just to kind of see how it feels. It might not, I might not like it.
yeah, I mean it might rub, so it's definitely I would try and practice with it. Um, but let's get back into your picks. We got about 10 minutes left. So what was your where were you going? I think I stopped you when we were talking about racism.
I'm telling you, we hit all the hard hitting topics here on the all knowing omniscient podcast.
Yeah, I mean maybe that's the title. Hard topics with Trey and Tyler.
All we talk about is gambling. Um, I did have something I wanted to talk about, but I'll do the picks first. I got the Suns -3.5 against the Hawks. The Kings -3.5 against the Pacers, which I was thinking maybe taking the Pacers
Yeah,
+3.5. I think that'll be a good game with the Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton matching up.
that'd be a great game.
Um, Halliburton is so fucking. He's one of the like assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah.
He's like one of the most efficient guys I've ever seen. But De'Aaron Fox is a freak. So
Yeah.
then the Kings have the better team.
Right.
So
Exactly. Yeah. And I think they're at home too, which does help.
and then my last game was Dayton -7.5, and I'm just double checking. I think they were playing St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, I saw that one too. And they're not playing somebody crazy good.
Yeah, I mean they have a good record. I mean, they're a solid team. It looks like 13-7, but I mean, I think Dayton should, in theory, you know. So
In
that's
theory,
just three I got today.
that makes sense. Um, so Dayton. Um, I don't love betting on anything other than college basketball because I think NBA regular season is just hard to bet on. But I did get a couple NBA picks for tonight. OKC minus 15 versus the Hornets. I mean, the Hornets are garbage and OKC's leading the West. So if I had to take one, it'd probably be that one.
I
Um,
mean, who's gonna guard Ja?
right. I mean, I could see them stretching out and winning that one pretty big.
15 is so much. Though.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And then Clippers minus 12 versus Detroit. Clippers are like the hottest team in the NBA right now. And with their
Detroit's.
like big three, and I guess if you include Westbrook, it's a big four, but Westbrook is really a role player there.
Yeah, I mean, but imagine having a first ballot Hall of Famer being a role player off the bench. So like,
I mean, if anything, he brings tons of leadership. I think they're going to be a problem in the playoffs.
big Russell Westbrook guy. He was scapegoated out of the fucking Lakers.
Oh yeah. Um, I like Russ. I mean, obviously, I don't think I would want him to be my starting point guard on my team right now if I was the NBA GM. But having somebody like that come off the bench, especially like when he's cool with that role, like he comes off, he's an energy dude. He's a defensive freaking dog. Um,
Yeah, I mean, he's probably the most top three competitive guy in the NBA. So
yeah. Um, and then I have Iowa minus 5.5 versus Ohio State. Um,
I looked at that one.
I like Iowa. I think it's at Iowa too, so I think that would be a good bet. I could see them winning by about like 8 or 10, beating Ohio State, and then Princeton plus 3.5 versus Yale. I,
You you go, you watch a lot of Ivy League stuff.
no, but that one got to me. I
I
like that
spoke
one.
to you.
Princeton plus 3.5. Um,
Little known, you know that show I'm watching, X Files.
yeah,
David Duchovny played JV basketball at Princeton.
sick dude.
I'm just saying, I got those, I got that
You
random
got a dog.
knowledge.
You got a dog in the fight. Um,
I'm rocking Princeton.
all right, I like it. And then tomorrow is like a huge slate. Like there's tons of games and there's tons of like top 10 matchups. I like Tennessee minus 1.5 versus Kentucky. Um, Kentucky's coming off of a loss at home to the Gators, so people were like saying that Kentucky might beat them, but that dude, that Connect dude on Tennessee, is legit. Um,
That big ass white dude.
yeah, but he's like a guard. He's like a guard forward. He can do it all, man. That kid's good. Um, and like national player of the year, good. I mean, Edie. I know people talk about Edie, but I think this Connect kid is like fucking really good. So I like Tennessee. Um, Kansas is plus 1.5 versus Houston, and they're at home, and like Kansas at home is like tough to beat. So I'm gonna take Kansas money line versus Houston. I think that Hunter Dickinson dude like goes off against Houston. Houston's like they play really slow. They play good defense and all, but Dickinson has that like lefty weirdness to him where he just kind of tosses the ball up and it just goes in. And Kansas is
Well,
good, man.
we both know lefties are harder to guard. So
It's a proven fact. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. But they just are. And then the UNC line is -5 right now, which I don't love.
that's a little that's
If
a
I
little high.
wasn't a Duke, if I wasn't like a UNC fan, I would probably take Duke +5. And I think I'm gonna hold off to put that one in until it gets closer because I think people are gonna take Duke +5 until it drops. So if I can get UNC like -2 or -1.5 or something like that, I'll definitely take UNC because I do think they win. They're at home. They're coming off the loss to Georgia Tech. Duke's coming off that loss to, or Duke's coming off the win against Clemson, which was a bullshit foul call. Um,
Speaking of,
so I just think that UNC bounces back. and and pulls it out. I just don't love 5 points.
I would take him easily at 3.
Yeah, I think
Be
three is
close game though.
fair. I'm probably going to take him regardless. Like even if it stays at 5, I'm just going to take it because it's the name of the game. But that wraps up my picks.
All right, I was thinking about doing. I don't know if I've told you this. I have like an obsession with multi-sport athletes. I think it's
Uh,
people who can play 2 sports at a higher level. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
So I was going to give a random multi-sport athlete shout out
Okay.
to you remember Brandon Whedon?
The quarterback from Oklahoma State.
Yeah. So he played like 6, 7 years in the NFL, but before he played at Oklahoma State,
Yeah, because
he
he was
was
old. He was old at Oklahoma State.
yeah, he played 4 years in the minors. He was a pitcher selected in the second round out of high school. Fizzled out because of injuries, poor performance. And while he was at Oklahoma State, he also walked onto the golf team.
So we played golf, baseball, and football in college.
No baseball in college.
No, baseball was professional.
Professional baseball, professional football, and college level golf.
It's pretty wild.
You know, pretty impressive. So
How
so
did
shout out Brandon Weed. I know you're listening.
how did he how did he go play professional sports? Obviously, he retained his eligibility because he hadn't started college yet, and then come back.
No, he while he was playing college football, he walked on to the golf team.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So he did that at the same time. He did that for 1 year, is what I'm
Okay,
seeing.
word. Well, we got less than a minute left. You got any final thoughts other than your multi-sport athlete shout out?
No, I think that's it. I think I'm good.
Word. Well, it was a good little episode. Um, I like the flow of it. I think it was solid. We had a good little foundation. So, word. Until next time.
All right.
All right, dog. Talk to you later.